Line with me, I'm Akshay Tandon. Our top focus, the mortal remains of 32-year-old Srinivas Kuchibotla were brought back to his hometown of Hyderabad, and his final rites will be performed today at the Jubilee Hills area. His body was brought back by his wife, Sunayana Dumala, and her brother. Meanwhile, the accused, Adam Purinton, appeared in court for the first time, where he asked the judge for a public defender. Chief Public Defender Michael McCullough stepped in and waived the reading of the complaint. Many have viewed this attack as a direct fallout of the hate campaign of President Donald Trump leading up to his presidential victory. And although members of the Indian American community were hoping that Trump, who is known for commenting on every matter, would issue a statement, he has so far maintained a stoic silence over the matter. However, his opponent, once Hillary Clinton, has tweeted, and I quote, "With threats and hate crimes on rise, we shouldn't have to tell our opponents to do his part. He must step out and speak out." Meanwhile, Foreign Secretary Jaishankar, who is on a 4-day visit to the United States, will hold discussions with the American counterpart on a variety of issues, including the Kankar shooting and the changed rules for H-1B visas. In fact, let's go across to my colleague Sita Kopisetti, joining us live from outside the residence of Mr. Srinivas, whose mortal remains live with the family. Sita, this must be an extremely tragic moment, a shattered moment for the family. They must be grieving at this given point of time. Must have come as a very rude shock. Tell us about what they continue to allege and maintain on what happened to their son Srinivas, 32-year-old techie from Hyderabad.
Well, as of now, the body is kept at his residence here at Bajpalli, and the family members, relatives, friends, and the neighborhood are surrounded at the residence. But here with me is the co-brother of Srinivas Kuchibotla. Let's go across and talk to him, sir. With this incident that has happened, sir. What do you have to say about the U.S. government not reacting, not responding towards it, and about the central government? What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, as far as central government and state government is concerned, we are getting all the required support from them, and even they are personally coming and extending the support. Sushma Swaraj helped a lot to move the body from there to here. And after that, himself, Sri Venkaiah Naidu Garu, also came to our home and helped a lot to move the body from there to here. And after that, himself, Sri Venkaiah Naidu Garu, also came to our home and assured, any support and any recommendation or any delegation to stop this violence over there. And governments and even state government also, they assured for that strong delegation to happen from AP, Telangana, so that until the violence is stopped.
So, regarding the incident, sir, what do you have to say about in general? What do you have to talk about the incident that has happened to your co-brothers?
It is a big loss. It is a big loss, and they are very young. It is a very big loss, and we cannot say in words, okay, which is a big loss. She is very young. My sister-in-law is very young, only 28 years, and they had a very bright future. And Srinivas was very ambitious, talented, and very sports personality, and he had a lot of dreams. So I think this loss is we cannot fill this gap.
Also, so my last question to you, sir, regarding the last rites. I mean, right now, the body will be moved at 11 o'clock. So, what is the procedure? So, how is it going to happen?
So now 10 o'clock we will be, now any moment the puja pandit will come and they will start the puja and all that. After that, we'll start from here and go to Mahaprasthanam near Vishwar Valley, Jubilee Hills, and there we'll do the cremation.
That's the co-brother of Srinivas Kuchibotla talking to us, telling about the final rites that will be taking place today at 11 o'clock. But also talking about how the central government is helping and supporting towards this murder that has happened in Kansas City.
Right, Sita, but what do they have to say on the reactions or perhaps no reactions that are coming in from the U.S. administration? All eyes really on whether or not there will be any word from White House on this hate crime. Many are saying, witnesses especially, that the accused in this case shouted, "Leave my country," before he actually pulled the trigger, indicating that his frame of mind was against immigrants, and that, of course, coming in after the immigration policy of the White House.
Well, the wife herself had given out a statement saying that, you know, a response should be coming in from the U.S. government, and not only the wife but the family members, and also the central government is also asking for a response from the central from the U.S. government as such, with no response that is coming in. As of now, the family members are concentrating on the last rites, but talking about the further process is something which the family members are keeping it in hold. And but then the wife of Srinivas Kuchibhotla is asking for answers for the reason behind this, you know, this murder that has taken place. An answer, a reaction towards you know, towards this incident is something that they are expecting. Even the family members are expecting from the U.S. government.
Absolutely. The entire country wants to know what does the president really have to say today after this hate crime. Well, stay with us, please, Sita. Some reactions that are coming in, we'll take a listen in.
Was a senseless crime, and that took away my best friend. The memories are so fresh that what I'm doing right now still feels like a dream, and I wish it is a dream. It's hard to believe that he's not with me, he's not with us anymore. What happened that night was something we all wish didn't happen, but it happened. You know, it's an isolated incident that doesn't reflect the true spirit of Kansas, Midwest, and United States.
Whereas the government of India, they should be able to take up at the appropriate levels to see that the safety of the Indian students, and give an advisory to the Indian students about the situation what is happening, and ensure that some type of job opportunities are expeditiously implemented over the next 1 year, so that the younger generation will not be lured to go to other countries for studies or for job.
Well, let's also bring in Ritwa Bhadra Das Gupta. She is a senior journalist joining us over Skype from the United States. Ms. Das Gupta, we know that the accused yelled, "Get out of my country." That's what witnesses are saying as well when he actually pulled the trigger. Are the investigative authorities acknowledging the fact that this could be a hate crime?
Latest is that Adam Purington appeared before a Johnson County judge via video conference, and he appeared to be in a like a suicide smock, and he has asked for a public counsel. And when the judge explained the charges to him, which were one account of murder and 2 accounts of attempted murder charges, Adam Purington said that he understood the charges, and he asked for a public counsel to represent him. And this was his first appearance since the shootout which happened last Friday. So obviously there was a lot of bated breath and a lot of anticipation as to how the court proceedings and his appearance would go.
Okay, but Ms. Das Gupta, investigations, of course, will carry on in the matter, but many people today are questioning of whether or not there will be a word from White House on what's really happened, because in the past few months, especially after President Trump taking over the Oval Office and the entire campaign, when we had seen the immigration talks happening, there has been a rise in hate crime in the United States. In several of those states, Florida, Mexico, as well as Mexico, of course, not in America, but other parts as well. Tell us about, is President Trump expected to speak on the growing hate crimes in his address to the Congress?
That's what we can all wait for, that will the president be making a statement, because a hate crime investigation has been started by the FBI, which was noted in their press conference. But if we listen to the press briefing by Sean Spicer, he said that it was absurd to kind of link the shootout which happened to the president's rhetoric. So now the question is whether or not the president is going to address, because his silence in this matter has been quite noteworthy. Even we heard
Right.
Hillary Clinton, who said that, we should not, like, the protests should not be waiting to make a statement on all these on such a hate crime. I mean, so his silence in this matter is quite noteworthy, and we can all hope that he will make a statement. But I mean, it's all up to time. We can all wait and watch and see what the next statement will be from the White House.
Okay, do stay with us, Ms. Dasgupta. Quickly going across to my colleague Sita Kopisete as well. Sita, this is one point that everybody has been talking about, that there is absolute silence, stoic silence coming in from the White House over this particular killing. Tell us about the fear amongst the people back at home, because we understand from cities like Hyderabad and Bangalore, there are many who have aspirations to go to United States, who are currently in United States, serving in the biggest of tech giants over there. What do their families have to say? Do they have a certain amount of fear in them after this killing of Srinivas over there?
Well, certainly there is a sense of fear that is creeping in the families of people, of the students who are right now in the US. Even the family members. I've spoken to some of the family members who are a bit worried about just right after this incident. People are talking about how how safe and secured their children are in the US. But on the other side, they are on the positive notes. All these students who are right now studying and working there in the US are pretty much on a positive note, saying that they will be fighting over this. But talking about on a larger scale, families are pretty worried. I mean, most of the students are from Hyderabad who goes to US for their further studies. But the most concern is about the safety and the security is what people are worried about right now.
Okay, Sita, we'll leave it at that, keeping a close eye on the developments there coming in from Hyderabad. Thanks very much for joining.